evening, everybody. Actually, I think last time I donned my robes. Let me get in my robes here. There we go. Actually, you know what? Whatever. I'm wearing my robes for this. Because we are going to be maybe slaying the princess. And I'm going to start a voice call right now as I wait for my friends to hop on. And here they come, one by one.
Here we are.
Actually, I'm being drowned out by the game's music, my bad. Hello, Overgrowth Crows.
Just the music.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Just raising the volume so I don't... There we go. Chest in the volume again. We're just waiting for Flare. Oh, nope, he's not here yet. Eventually! Speak of the devil! Hey!
He shall appear.
Wait, you're no devil. You're just a Durg. What's up, man?
I am
He's dead.
well, not dead.
The Durg has unfortunately perished. So, I know last...
No. My adventure just started.
Alright, I know you guys kind of teased me about kind of like having like a voice in my head. I'm just curious what you'd be, really, if you decided for yourselves.
Voice
Player
of the
art
dirt,
put theirs in
like
chat.
I said.
The voice of the yippee.
No.
I do love that. I love it.
No, for real though, I think I would be the voice of the curious.
Ooh.
The curious. I like that. Creative. Fitting for you.
I don't know what I would be if I had to pick a serious one.
Will Cruz be the voice of wisdom? Nah.
Hey, that's rude.
Okay. I don't know. Knowing
I'll do
Cruz,
voice of the playful.
I think that's fitting for you.
Playful. I like that one.
Cruz, spotlight's on you.
Spotlight's on me, huh?
Yeah. Name your
Pick a
voice.
voice.
I'd be the voice of the determined.
You know what? That's actually ultra fitting. Wow. I put you all on the spot and you come out with fitting bangers over here. I love it. So we're going to go out and get this started. The game is loading.
It always takes a minute.
Hopefully this will be the last week where games take a while to load on my PC.
You're getting your new PC next week?
I am building my PC this weekend. It's all the hype.
Ooh.
Nice.
The big gamer things.
Yes, my PC is about to be 10 years old in May. I think it's about
The building stream.
hecking time. Oh god, face reveal? No, shut up. I'll never.
Wait.
Okay, launch faster. I know you're visual enough with a lot of voice lines, but launch faster. You're not for broadcast.
I was about to say, at least probably not as bad as not for broadcast.
That took forever to load. But that made sense.
Oh, I've been meaning to play not for broadcast, actually.
You'll love it.
I would love to sit and watch you play not for broadcast, Katie.
I haven't actually. Do I own it? Or was that something that I was just looking at? Time to figure that out. I do not own it. So I was just looking at it.
It was on sale.
The Sims is 25 years old?
Yeah, I saw that. Oof.
The what?
No!
The
Stop!
Sims.
Oh, The Sims.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm older than The Sims? Ugh.
I'm younger than The Sims! I didn't... I'm not okay with that, actually. I didn't know it was that
Baby in the
old.
chat.
I am a baby! I'm little!
I'm just 34 and whistling to my own tune over here. Okay.
I think it's so funny, because I work with kids, and kids don't have a sense of like adult age. I have been asked if I had a child before,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, no, I do not have a child. It would
You're
be very
barely an adult.
concerning if I did. It is very funny though. Like they have two, like it's like adult, and then grandparent. Those are their two age determiners.
No, there is baby, child, bigger child, adult, and then grandparent.
Yeah. Oh, the stream failed to start. My bad. Let me try this again.
Wait,
Discord
the stream didn't even start?
on your end. There we go. It's been
Oh,
fixed.
okay.
There we go.
All right. So I hope I know where I left off. I think I was just continue. I don't think I.
Yeah, just be continue.
You're on a path.
Yeah,
in
it
the
should be
woods.
pretty
Yeah,
easy. To...
And at the
you
end of that path,
you left off. We had just finished our third vessel.
Just turn down the volume a little bit.
you're
It's time
here
to get
slay
another.
her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. Cabin time.
Don't mention it.
Yep, it's control. I remember now. This
Oh.
time, I will be nice and not take the blade again. Shoop.
Okay.
All right, 2 for 2 now.
The door to the basement creaks.
All right. I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
It
Come
might.
upstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the
There she
stairs and
is.
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her.
I
to
do
the
wonder if I get
far
different dialogue if I
wall
talk
of
to her
the
in this
basement.
state.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you.
2 voice actors, people. What talent.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Let's have a talk first.
Okay.
That's different. Hey, you're smiling.
She's so nice. Can do no wrong.
Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs without saying another word. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Way different tone.
Mm-hmm.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Mario!
Mario!
So it's Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Before what? I fall in love?
Well, question, Zeus. What's your character's name?
Oh, that's true. I don't know my name.
Sauce. Why are you hiding your name? Everyone has a name.
Ooh.
Everyone has a name, Zeus.
I don't know. I forgot. Ah! All right, let's be honest with her. I was sent to slay you. Oh, shit. Immediately trusted.
Yeah,
But
basically, you get to finish the thought.
Yeah.
But I want to see for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Nope. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Not this version of you.
Well, you could go to Junko
I believe
and
her.
Oshima.
Oh,
She
shush.
doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Yeah.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Because
I don't
you're a
trust that.
woman.
And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
I have no idea.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
Agreed.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Strong points.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person. And a subjugating monarch, no less.
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. So this is the indecisive route. Or I can go kill her. Or get her out of here. Let's try indecisive here.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
And maybe one of my other
One way
voices
or
would
another,
agree.
I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for
Uh-oh.
both of us if you'd help.
The shift.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Oh boy.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't free her because
turn
you
back
did that
to
with the
stairs,
damsel.
intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. Fine, turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago,
damn.
there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward.
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's finish
Your
this.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
We're gonna close the door behind me. Us.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
That's freaking bait. Come on out. Let's get this over with.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Damn.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Keep waiting.
You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even realize that you've started to...
Oh no!
Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs. There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
A silent
Everything
death.
goes dark, and you die.
You die in your sleep.
The beast.
The beast!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement
So am I the
of that
beast now?
cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So I don't think I've seen this path before, so this is gonna be new for me.
Really? Ooh, that'll be fun.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
The hunted.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Well, I'm not going to have this conversation again. We are going to proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
And yet we're 0 for 1 in the death count.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
So, Zero ID, hello, welcome to the stream. You are on a path in the woods.
Welcome.
Yes, we are. Pumbaa. She's gonna eat me!
The interior of
Oh.
the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Like a
It feels
beast
like
lives
no one
here.
has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Fun fact. I am 90% sure that this cabin was revamped in the pristine cut. I don't think it looked like this originally.
Ooh. Also, Scar with the hydrate. Slurp up.
Hydrate.
Hydrate!
Wait,
Drink up.
do voices hydrate? I'm confused.
We drink your blood.
Ah!
Made a hydrate sound,
It's a
so
good
there you go.
question. Does one hydrate if they are but a metaphysical voice?
Lurk. There's a beast in there. I feel like the mirror conversations are roughly the same every time, except
But what if this time it's
But what if
different?
it's different this time?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
it's just mainly the
Isn't
voice's
much to see
reaction,
here.
like the hunted or something.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
You
It's a
actually get
mirror.
the new dialogue, I
Or at
think,
least
if
it'll
you ask
be a
about the
once we
mirror.
wipe off that
You
layer
have to
of
ask the
grime.
mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
You do get that, but if you ask about the mirror, you get voice-specific dialogue.
Gotcha. Working on a PC. Cool. I'm going to be building a PC this weekend. I don't think it'll be ready in time for streaming come Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll see. I am paranoid.
You
Joink.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle.
Ooh.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Yet another different voice.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of the starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Don't worry.
She is certainly not just a princess.
She's just a
You're
princess.
not helping.
Just a princess. Just a princess.
What she is.
Just a princess.
Matters what she does.
The furry
The
princess.
princesses you're familiar with, Zeus, have four
Shiny
legs.
Eyes appear between the leaves.
That is true.
staring angrily at you
Twilight
from the
Sparkle.
darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
Uh,
The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
oh shit. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous.
Whoa!
Emerges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark,
Oh,
caustic place.
Damn.
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
Fair enough.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now.
Barely.
We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
Have her from the
You still
inside.
have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive.
Survive, baby.
Could use it to make
Survive.
this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Oh, wow. There's so much dialogue here. Spit me out or I'll kill myself and no one gets to leave. Or... Can you talk to the cabin? Actually, what?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this.
No way.
We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Time to act. Or I could just keep talking to my death. Dig with the steel claw.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
The pulling returns to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering.
Should put a content warning here. Damn.
You can't hold me forever.
Weren't expecting vor.
No! Let's see. You need me to wonder. Maybe she can still listen to reason at this point.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The wild! Let's go!
Oh God.
Chapter 3, The Wild.
What?
was-
Oh.
Brutal.
Oh.
Are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end.
My cursor changed.
But something cold
I'm
and
this-
unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
Well, I got bored.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away.
Yeah.
We don't even exist as a body anymore. We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
I'd rather have my body.
Ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I don't want to feel it.
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
The broken. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. This is my kink, yo. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? This is how we're supposed to be, what we're doing now. I feel the pressure. There's so many options. Do nothing now. Why are you being nice to me? Yeah.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Oh. Gaze at the terror in your heart.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
We must face the truth.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten. I'd forgotten how much it burned.
Yeah.
And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Let's go! Get my body back!
You can have your cursor back.
This.
Yes.
Better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
Shut up.
This has a pixelated version though.
I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some divisions
The wound.
say, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand,
Whoa.
exactly where you need to be.
She's part of the tree.
At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her. I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
Cut her free. Or go with the title here.
What will you do?
This is too creepy. I have no idea what's really going on here. I must slay the princess.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? That's all you have to say for yourself here?
I mean, you just killed her.
She ate me! But you never
left
see her
her in
die.
a basement, went down to kill her.
It's...
I mean,
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Oh, the world destroyed again.
Death. Real death. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
You approach the mirror. Silences reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains. You've unraveled. You find yourself in a long quiet again. Once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Fair enough. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, a memory of what she used to be, bound to the wounds of distance and time. She will make for a scarred and beautiful heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Is that really a good thing? Zero ID says, first you bloated with gas, then you decayed, and now your bones remain. But even that will eventually become, who knows. It's very creepy. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
That would make sense. Yeah, he does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
We still have these options here. I really don't want to do them. I am determined to see them through.
You can like not do them. You don't have to.
Yeah. Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One.
Oh!
Whatever you bring me next. will be
Already?
enough. And then
Yep.
That'll be
gravity will
5
bring the
with
others
this
back
next
to
one.
me.
It's 5
All will
vessels
be
per run.
singular. A final multitude.
This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Yep, we die once more. A scarred and beautiful heart. The wounded wild her. Cool.
You're on a path.
Alright, what's the last vessel gonna be?
So I will say that aside from Zeus getting the damsel, so far you've not gotten any of the other ones I would have in my canonical, in quotation marks, run.
Oh. I'm
And
glad.
even the damsel, you didn't go the full way to chapter 3.
The
Yeah.
chapter damsel is my favorite. I love her.
Alright, are we gonna take the blade or just enter this time?
I'm feeling more benevolent towards her.
I may have
The door to the basement creaks.
I'll have to ask you what your canon ones are and if we
Good.
have the same ones.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Hi, do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Thank you. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door
Yep,
at the top of the
just
stairs
like last time.
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
return to the bottom. Yep.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Yep.
before raising her arm to her
Nom
mouth, her
nom.
teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. You won't.
Yep. Slide it. Oh, I can save her. Yeah.
Fine.
It'll allow me this time to save her.
Against your
Yeah, I
better
don't know
judgment,
why it
you
didn't
place the
give you
blade
that
against
option the
ragged,
first time.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the
I was really
unyielding
surprised when
chain
it didn't give you the
binding
option
her
to slay her
cut
there.
into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes
Might have
little
been
effort
something
to
you did
crack through
earlier.
the bone
Yeah.
of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Creepy.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Ah. So, I warned her last time. We're just going to slay her this time now.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon.
Yes.
You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right?
Right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Alright.
Everything goes dark,
Where are we going this time?
and you die.
The witch.
The witch.
Oh, I am.
I love the witch so much. She's so
I,
fun.
On a
I have to
path
restrain
through
myself from
woods,
not guiding you.
And at the end of that path,
Oh, yeah, no, I think we both
in
want
the
a
basement
specific
of that
outcome from
cabin.
this.
Yeah.
you're here to slay
If there's a
her.
specific outcome that would be really great. It actually is what I got the first time I got the witch. Because I
Nice.
had things that happened.
I can assure you, if he does brilliant, you know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot.
Ah, there's an opportunist, so brilliant. We need to,
AKA patches.
yeah. We need to keep our cards close to our chest. And I'm not sure we can trust him.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Love the opportunist. He's fun.
Like my name suggested, from the
Those are two
moment
very
I
different questions.
understood
but
his character, I
fine,
imagined
I'll
him as
indulge
Patches
you
from
if that's
FromSoft.
to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Prick, but you're right.
We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself?
I'm
Or
still
were
gonna
you
argue
instead
parallel
transported
universes.
entirely?
Ooh.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
Agreed.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
I guess we keep talking about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me, ripped me to pieces. Don't get me wrong, I hated it, but how can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
And yeah, how can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Oh, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
This whole world's pretty damn quiet.
Because they're waiting with bated breath.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yep, same
Don't
thing.
worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Thank you, opportunist. What now in
He'll
here?
take any opportunity.
The interior of the cabin
Oh.
is a mess of twisted roots. The
Ooh.
walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Mirror time.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror, but he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
Okay. Again, Hans. I think I already did this. It's gonna be the same thing. So,
Are you sure? We know this is
It's
the last
not
time
going
now.
to be the same thing.
I want to look at myself.
Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here.
Only I could see that, not the voices.
Well, the hero can see
You
it.
do see it, right? I don't know how to read you. I see all sorts of things. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question.
I
Answer
don't think I've actually
the
seen
question.
this.
Help me out here, will you?
I don't think I've seen
lying
this.
to you. Use your eyes. There is.
Yay!
Why would I
New
lie
content.
about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste
But yeah,
time
no,
cleaning
basically
yourself instead of
everything,
doing
depending
needs
on
to be
what
done.
voices you have, what princess you have, there's always new dialogue, pretty much. It's
You
insane
walk up
how
to the
much
wall next to the
like,
basement
dialogue
door.
this game has.
It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Why are you gaslighting me?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin
And yet
wall.
they keep it from getting
hope
out
you
of
know how
control.
ridiculous you
I would
look
have
right
gone mad trying to keep track of all this, like in the
Well, at
game.
least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Alright, this time, we're gonna go in the second chapter without taking the blade.
No blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots
I like
that
the
hang
aesthetics
like
of this.
locks of tangled hair.
It is, oof, so fitting.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you.
Don't talk to me about
into the
malls
earth.
again.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
My asthma
The
will hate
princess
this
lives here,
place
slaying her would
so
probably be
much.
doing her a favor.
Zeus
Her
walks
voice
down and immediately
skitters up
dies.
from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Ooh.
I'm not nasty!
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'm not little
I
either.
recognize that voice
Meh.
as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
Liar!
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
That's me in most video games.
Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
That explains
do
a
you want
lot
to hear
about
what
a
everyone
different
has to
route,
say?
actually.
Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
I think you know
You
which one I'm
need to
talking
stop
about.
lingering. Your task is to slay the princess.
Yes, I do.
Not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
No, I'm the boss.
Thank you.
Oh!
You descend
There
the
she
basement
is.
Neat
There
design.
she is!
dark room.
Very neat
Cat
design.
girl
You
witch
can just
princess.
make out the shape of the
I love
princess
her.
in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Thick. Come hither.
There you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Maybe, or maybe not.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Let's see. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? Yeah, that's kind of like a backhanded apology. I get the sense you're not happy with me. Obvious. I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so I'm going to talk it out. Possible. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone... Yeah, that's accusatory. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than the both of us. We should team up. Can't you gather those changes on your own? Those changes didn't stop you last time. Leave her in the basement. No. Why do I get the nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back to help you out of here? Let's do gesture of goodwill.
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
Okay. I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Fair enough. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
But she's a witch in this
Do you
timeline.
know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds.
But how can I resist this?
An arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Okay. Yeah, how am I supposed to get you out of this time?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Well, that was easy. Less bloody this
Could have
time.
gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Opportunist.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here.
Liking where this is
If her own
going.
Devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
No. Let's leave for the princess.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find
She's so
yourselves
cute.
face
Look
to
at her.
Up close. Yes.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
That's true.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Oh, shush you. We're going forward.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
I do like that idea.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots.
Or
You
that,
can
yeah.
hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
No, because apparently my ego and my trust is sky high right now.
Why did you just say that?
Step.
I think we know why.
Step.
You feel something dig into your shoulder.
Ah!
Piercing.
No!
The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands
The
against
frog.
the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Do you know the scorpion and the frog?
No.
We'll talk about it
Still in
later.
shock,
We'll talk about that in a
trying
minute.
to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken.
Ow!
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Arrogant, she calls it. Fine. Be that way. We could have gone out here if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back.
Exactly like your name implies. Wonderful.
And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming.
Just put
Thanks for
this
looking out
traveler
for us."
right by the hole, then kick him from
And then
behind.
You would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
Yep, we were screwed either way.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Huh?
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife?
Isn't that so funny?
I'm not laughing.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Oof.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Yep.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
We die. He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Bye already. Goodbye now.
No chapter 3 for you.
No.
I wanted you to get the chapter 3, but as soon as you didn't take the blade, I was like, damn it!
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no way to leave the cabin
gone.
with the witch, right?
Where does she go?
I'd
and
have
find
to
her?
look.
And there's
Because I'm
that
looking at it-
mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Because I'm pretty sure that no matter what you do,
This
Pause
doesn't
for a
feel
minute.
right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm
Man, that's 2 chapter 3s I missed out on. Sad. The
don't
voice-
pause for a minute. Turn off auto.
Yes.
Okay. Because I want to say about the Sprog and Scorpion real quick.
Uh-huh.
So there's a folk tale, I think,
Yeah.
called The Scorpion and the Frog, which is basically a scorpion needs to cross the river and ask the frog to let him ride on his back
Yeah.
to get across the river. And the frog says, "No way, you'll sting me." And the scorpion says, "If I do that, then we'll both die."
Yeah.
So the frog eventually lets the scorpion ride on his back, starts crossing the river, and then the scorpion stings him and they both drown, and it's because it was in the scorpion's nature. The witch has 2 achievements. The frog, it was in her nature, which
Yeah.
is where she betrays you. There's also the scorpion, it was in your nature, which is you can convince her to go up the stairs first, and then you can actually drag her down the stairs. So I'm pretty sure if she gets to the top of the stairs that she just locks you in the basement, though.
Right.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which makes sense. Oh well. It's just one playthrough. There's more to come.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But we need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure. Faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image into glass in 2. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. I have this weird bird symbol again.
No. You just found out who this bird is.
And then another crack forms, and another. Alright. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Ah. Well, not much time. Lots of questions here. Jeez. What are you? Are you something like me? Or if you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Let's see. I did say I wanted to talk to him. Destroy the mirror.
Yep.
What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Oh, fair enough. Why would you want me to destroy the consummate transformation? That's like my partner's biggest kink. How dare you remove this from the world?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
She is death itself. For the sake of, the problem of suffering. An objection I've had with other people, and now it's in my hands. Well, if I destroy her, how's that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Wow.
You still haven't asked any variation of what you are?
Yeah, jeez.
There are a lot of questions here.
There's more than you can ask in one
Yeah.
playthrough.
I don't even know if I've asked.
Well,
all of them.
I'm
There's so
avoiding.
many.
I'm avoiding just making plain comments, you know. Or trying to virtue signal like that. No. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Not that. Nope. Versions of you. You said that before. So I really was meeting different yous.
You were, and it was by both necessity and
Aha! Okay.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Parallel universes. Yep.
But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
The real world awaits. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small? So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you. Why would you lie to me? If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world.
What?
Ha 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 ha!
This empty void you're in, that is you.
All you.
I'm the long quiet. The god you made. But what does that make the narrator? Oh, jeez. Are you a god, or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both.
Mortal did all this.
Yep. He tore apart the cycle of life and death and created two gods.
A god, I was special. That seems funny.
I didn't know we were special.
Whenever I tried getting answers out of you before, you've been absolutely impenetrable. Why are you being so open? Yeah, there's so many good questions here. No. I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? How did you die? Why'd you make her a princess?
Why is she a princess?
Yeah. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? Yeah. Of all the things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychologically? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension.
Yep.
I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Last question. Run out of questions. Death of the author. And I can say all this. I haven't decided
So
what
what
I'm
you're
going
gonna do now?
Yeah. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I think that is the fair answer.
I've said my piece, and
Bye-bye.
my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. If I can actually visualize myself. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time nascent. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you.
You know what nascent means?
No.
Nascent means ever growing but never reaching your potential.
That sounds pretty bad. Dire.
It's complicated because it's not as simple as she's death in your life. It's more so she's everything and you're nothing. She's transformation, you're stasis.
Yeah.
If it's yin and yang, she's both the black and the white, and you're the circle that it's in. It's complicated.
Yeah, you both are each other, but you're separate.
Oh, here she is.
Oh, hey!
Hello!
She's awake now. Oh dear. Oh what? Oh gosh!
See you. And
What is this imagery?
you see me.
Fun fact, there
It's
is
been so
there is an 8-inch statue that you can buy that comes with the
I want to make a new save here.
the deluxe edition or whatever, the collector's edition. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I really don't know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? That's the gamer me speaking.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Interesting. Don't you have a say on this? Why is all this falling on me? Yeah, you're a goddess too. Come on.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Well, let's talk this through. I do have many questions.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic.
That's very fair.
But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Let's go!
Oh, whoa!
Behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only...
Oh, there's another figure down here now.
That's the version of her
Yeah.
that she's having talked to you.
Rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Address the vessel statements directly. Appear to share humanity. You speak of life and death and change stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject our authority. No, I wouldn't do that. Argue independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I existed without you. Reject perspective. I won't engage with violence. Ooh, many stuff to do.
You can click the explore and it'll give you more options. It won't lock you in that.
Gotcha. If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there is no difference between growth and decay. I've already come so far. What more is there left for me to see? With time, it could have been better. But you betrayed me. What potential was left for either of us to rise above?
Or you can then return to go back to the previous options.
Right.
Yep.
Top option.
Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. Abandoning one's search is not the same as losing the capacity to discover. I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes know to be irreducible.
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave. And when the tapestry was undone, you struck at my heart.
Yeah.
You saw me as a part of you to be excised. But in that desire for excision, you made yourself whole. Will you still be whole if you destroy me?
Yeah? Of course I will be. I could have destroyed you then. No. do more exploring. Well, that was pretty creepy. I don't want to destroy you, I just want to do what's right.
Do not neglect yourself in your quest to serve others. All things are connected through me and through you. To harm yourself is to harm everything. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Keep exploring. That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with the eye. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
Oh, here we go. I'm ready. I want to leave with you. Stop the fight early and surrender. Or I won't leave with you. Not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
I'm glad you did that.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Ow!
On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
I love her.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Also true. But... Yeah, we were self-destructed.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared.
Ooh. How dare you speak to me so deeply like that?
The only thing like you.
This game will call you out.
Of an eternity alone, do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
What do I value? What do I value? Thank you for sharing yourself with me. No. This is getting super philosophical about suffering. Do I find it necessary? I can't imagine a world without it. As much as I fight against suffering, unfortunately, how would we understand a concept of peace and good without it? That's the double-edged sword here. I wish I could share my heart with you.
But you already have, in so many ways. It is beautiful and adored. When movement slows and the dust settles, I hope you'll leave with me.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving. Oh boy, ultimatum coming.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. But what do you think what happens if you do leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Break the cycle, don't break the cycle. I'm going to criticize her one more time. It's easy to believe in things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Oh boy. Can't let everything die. I was told there was enough of you to preserve me in existence. Enough of you. Oh, that's right. Do I need her at this point? Do I trust her? Slay the princess, slay the prince, slay the princess. It isn't the name of the game. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. This just seems. I feel like I need an answer.
Despite being everything, she does seem to believe there's only two options.
That is true.
Either you both become gods together or you kill her. Does there have to be if you're everything?
You've done everything you can to make me understand perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Arrogance!
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
My boy!
You don't have to do it alone. Which here are you? Yes.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I bet you like that I'm dragging this on.
It's so good, I love it!
I really like this climax.
It's such a good climax!
Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
No!
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Let's go!
What? Oh. Concept art dying.
No, you just start going back to where it all began.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do
The
you
windows now.
need me to describe things?
Oh yeah, she's outside.
I do wish at this point that along with all the hers, there were specks of you out there as well.
Mm-hmm. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Yikes. If the offer still
I honestly
stands.
think...
Mhm.
Oh no, I was just saying that, well, no, that would still have parts of you out there with her. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, for old time's sake. Do it, hero.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
I love the hero.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Ha!
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
You got it, voice. Hero. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
They're having an orgy out there. We're all safe in here.
Orgy, mass murder, literally every possible interaction a
Yes.
male and female construct could have with each other all at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
So orgy's a part of it. I don't know how to actually, because she did say passion.
They're
and pain.
having mind-blowing sex.
Literally mind blowing. We can't comprehend it. I don't know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
The echo. We will take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
I think there are more vessels that spawn from
The blade.
taking the blade. Yeah.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
Watch me.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And
So-
down we go.
Sorry.
Just a quick pause. The voice of the princess here depends on which was the first one you found.
And it's very fun. So like if you took the blade the first time you met her, then she'll be kind of the harsher voice. If you didn't, then she'll be the softer voice here.
I think harsher voice makes sense right now. She's a goddess, is getting quite impatient.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Of course. Sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Huh? Interesting.
Well,
Are you-
remember, you and her are the most compressed versions of yourself.
Yeah, this is basically the versions of you and the versions of her that you were before you woke up, but you have the knowledge of waking up, if that makes sense.
Kind of. Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Cool. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of here.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened.
The game will
Make
continue.
me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
And you trust that every version of you will do the same thing forever.
Would we say to do anything to help them? The people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Damn. Wow. Yeah. I know from my perspective, it's the first time doing it. From their perspective, they don't know.
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Okay. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if, when I make my way back here, I'm different, I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you.
Aww.
It's a love
And
story.
if you're hesitating, then you must
It is a
still
love
like
story.
me, too.
We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually, something's going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Okay. Then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Ha! It is done! We are back to the very beginning.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
And yep, I can't skip
If
now.
you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, that's because the game's about to end.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, because narrator's back. Well, I get the same choices here. There we go.
Oh.
That was my first ending as well, actually.
You got the cycle ending?
I got the time loop ending.
It was not mine.
Really?
And I have to laugh because somehow Zeus found the indecisive ending.
What?
Well, of course he did.
You just reset it. Nothing's resolved.
Yes! It is how it should be. Both options
Now
suck.
I need to see if my friend who chose the two most indecisive vessels first, if she actually chose the indecisive.
You got trapped in the delusion that those were your only choices.
But they were. I didn't see any option.
If you
I
the
guess.
knife is always an option. The knife or not the knife.
You also could have not taken the knife, yeah.
Good. There are
I've only
five?
ever seen two endings to this game, which is the cycle and one where you don't take the knife.
Yeah, there are 5 main endings to the game.
Our song, Finish the Game. The good ending doesn't count? What?
The good ending is a fun little thing.
Yeah.
And now you finish this full start for the first time, you've unlocked the gallery. You can access from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab. It's full of clues that help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Clues, huh?
Also,
Go
what
look
was...
at it, it's so fun.
Well, before that, again, because he skipped what it said before by clicking,
Yep.
it's saying that this is a unique playlist based on all the moments you had in the game.
Oh, the songs?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is like all of the songs that you encountered in order.
That's true. That is very true. Alright, so I'm guessing, would it be much of a spoiler if I ask what would happen if I not choose to get 5 vessels? Is that like another ending I can get?
There's 6 main endings now. I forgot.
So if I decide to end the run early, that's an ending.
Well, sort of. So, depends on what you mean by that. There is...
Well,
the
I can
quote-unquote...
kill myself, or I can slay the
Oh, those don't do anything.
Oh.
I think this will be
you
too big
can...
for me. Yeah, way too big for me to upload.
You can wait with her. Which is not an ending in itself, it just gets you a fun achievement because she closes the game. Also, fun fact, because she says that she would wait for you for a millennia.
Yeah.
Apparently, people have found out if you set your game system time to a millennium in the future, you actually, I don't know if you can do that. So maybe they just looked in the game's files. But apparently there is unique dialogue for waiting a millennia.
I have to see that.
Which, what?
Zero ID says, the reset. There's actually an ending I consider the worst. So not the one I got. I do need to see the other endings.
So just as a quick glance.
Go ahead.
Oh. I have a...
Finish your thought, then Carus.
Carus, are you also looking at the flowchart that's literally too big to be uploaded anywhere?
Yes, that's what I was about to share with him.
It's so huge.
Yeah, it's too
so
big to be
big.
uploaded normally in Discord, so I've got a compressed version.
Oh
do I
wow.
do I dare look at it? Like, if I
You
want
won't
to
be able to read it because of how
You
I
won't
have
be able to
compress
read
it.
anything.
Oh, I'm
It's just
scared.
It
visual
literally
example.
lags my computer to open this file.
I'm scared now.
All right, so Zeus, if you take a glance at Discord,
Yeah.
this is every possible route in the game.
What the fuck?
Man, I thought Virtue's Last Reward was bad.
This
To be
is
fair,
nuts.
This one is actually, I like to say that Slay the Princess is one of like the choice games that I think is one of the best done, because despite having so much like variability in it, it's a very contained story. It doesn't have parts of it that go super out of control.
Play our other game.
Yeah, I mean, like I've always seen this story play out the exact same way for every playthrough I've seen. It's just a matter of which vessels you have by the time you get to the end.
Once you get to the end, there are, as you can see,
Make your playlist. Hell yeah.
there are, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 endings to the game. Some of them are kind of variations on... There's a certain thing that... If you get a certain vessel first, then you get variations of the endings.
Yeah.
I'm zooming in. There's literally something called the good ending.
There is. I told you, the good ending. It exists.
That's where it says get in. That's the opposite of the Steam trophy you got now, where it's just get an ending except for the good ending.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
there's the good ending.
There's Oblivion.
Go to the memories for fun. But yeah, no, so this is the... I had it open because I was looking at things here. I forgot, my friend did not get the most indecisive ending, but Kuros, her first two vessels were the Stranger and then the Nightmare. And I was like...
Oh my gosh.
I was like, really?
Oh yeah, you do have the adversary from the demo playthrough. I forgot that would show up
yeah.
here.
Weird.
Yeah, if you
So
click on
this
ones
is-
you've gotten, like the Nightmare, you can see all the, essentially, keyframes you got.
And there's more I didn't get.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this will also give you hints of like how to do different ones. I would suggest looking at the beginnings, the hero and the princess. This shows you like all the different vessels.
It doesn't really tell me how to get each one. Everything would be so easy if you do exactly as I say. Oh! That's a path! Just do it. Obey.
Follow the narrator.
No free will.
No free will. Always leave a means of easy egress. Oh, okay. Find the town.
So
Break
those
ground.
last three are like little fun things that you can get.
There's spaces between. Oh, there's a difference. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's different every time you look at it.
Skeleton.
So
And
there
then one
is-
more. Not that one, the one before this.
Nothing.
There is, if you hover over the locked one,
Damn both of you to include existence.
you mentioned if there's an ending for refusing to do it. There is. It's just you have to really dedicate to getting that ending. It's surprisingly hard.
Yep.
So basically, don't even play the game, which I used to do for fun. And is all this. Find your freedom as gods forever. Leave with her at the end of everything. This song is so good. It's the
Isn't it?
same motif, but it's just ramped up so much. Return your strange begin Slayer once for all. Okay, so I can either, while gods, make a choice. While in the cabin again, make another choice. Go back to our old story. You're always a bit contrarian, weren't you? There's destroy or any outside help. 3 variations of this.
That one is, I actually would say, is the hardest ending in the game to get.
Yeah.
I only got it because I had a friend that was who
Yeah.
had figured it out, who was helping me through it.
Okay. So figuring out the other vessels.
So what? Basically, now the question is,
How
well,
did we get
one,
there?
what did you think?
Fantastic.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I want to keep playing if you guys don't mind.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want to like try to get every vessel and every ending, or what's your goal here?
I think every vessel, and then wherever ending that leaves us, because
Okay.
I can always reload a save to like,
Well,
or maybe not.
there's some endings that you have to do specific things with the vessels, which I think is the stranger endings and
Kate-
the
Katie was telling me as you were playing through the game at which points you were getting locked out of certain endings, and I didn't understand how because I don't know the game as well as she does. But to me, like the only endings I know of are the ones that you get by eventually reaching that final confrontation, and then either choosing to take the blade down to the princess or don't take the blade down to the princess.
you can let her free as gods. Take the blade, don't take the blade, and that leads to there's 3 different endings you can get in the cabin. There's freeing her as gods, and then there's
Yep.
one ending that you have to do specific things with every single vessel, one ending that you have to get a specific several endings that you have to get a specific vessel as your first vessel. And other thing, I'm trying to think about the good ending you have to do, I think, before your second run? When does it lock you out
Yes.
of the good ending?
After you've done your first run, because Zeus almost got to the good ending on his second run, but then the shifting mound interrupts and stops it from happening.
Ah. So.
Yeah, so
Damn, I can't get that ending now.
Well, no,
I mean, you can with a new load.
on your first vessel is what it means. Like when
Okay.
you start a new game, that first
start-
run.
There's several things that are locked
Oh.
after you like
Question.
meet the shifting
I'm
mound.
gonna stop you real quick.
time.
Sorry.
Yep.
Now that I'm doing a new playthrough, if I make the same choices, I run the risk of running through the same vessels again, right?
Correct.
Yes, but each vessel, once again, I'm gonna send my little. Actually, you can just scroll up; it's right up there. My little thing of that each vessel, aside from, well, there is new stuff with the Razor, but not enough that I would suggest going back to her again.
Yeah.
Every vessel besides the Razor, you have a new vessel that you can access. So like even if you ended up going to like the Beast again,
Yeah.
there's the other vessel that splits off the Beast that you could then go to.
If I don't
Yeah.
get devoured, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, hover over the wild. Oh wait, no, it's not gonna be there. Damn it. So there's a very if you did not have like get the wild on your first run, the clue for getting the wild is something along the lines of like, you know, the two of you become one may or may not require being eaten.
Okay, well, there we go. Anyway, hopefully I can understand. If you guys want to nudge me before I like make a wrong decision, but I think I think I
can
know.
nudge you into like I'll let you do the first chapter fully blind
Yeah.
as long as you don't do the Razor. Because everything else you have options with.
Well, first
but, like if you got the nightmare again, I would nudge you into not getting the moment of clarity.
Yeah. So okay, I like that.
We'll just nudge you away from things you've already done.
Yes, I like that. Keep the element surprise. But I know for the nightmare it was me being indecisive for the first vessel. Now,
Well, there's an even more indecisive one.
really, I find that hard to believe.
There's a way more indecisive one, and boy, is she a vessel, huh?
Anyway, so I have to click new game at this point or continue?
New game.
New game. Okay.
I'm gonna use the restroom. Back in a sec.
All right, we're just gonna go right to the. Oh, there's a whole ending about turning around and leaving. How long would that take? Just not engaging.
Yeah, what happens if you turn around and leave? I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone do that.
I guess we'll find out.
Spotted us while I was walking.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Well, I guess nothing happens.
And back.
We're gonna leave again.
Well,
You're really
Oh,
keen
I guess
on
you could just
wasting
keep
everyone's
neglecting the
time,
cabin.
aren't you? It's
I was actually very
remarkably
surprised,
selfish,
Zeus, that you
ask
did
me.
not
I've
instantly go
already
for the
outlined
Godhood
the stakes
ending.
of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies.
I was tempted. I was so
Dies,
very tempted.
dies. Forever.
But maybe that'll be the next one I'll pursue. Let's see. I don't care. I'm not killing a princess.
Yeah, how
Killing
could
is such a
Zeus
gauche
not go
phrase
for the
and
Godhead
completely
ending?
ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to keep trekking through this wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now,
Oh, music
you're
stopped.
making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Bye.
And
The
here we go.
music.
As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of
It's just
familiar
like with the
looking
damsel
structures
when I
through the
try to
leaves.
be...
But as you
Oh,
focus
oh.
on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Damn.
An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, finally you're here.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
You kind of deserve it, so yes.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
And we just believe it happens.
welcome to the most indecisive ending.
Oh,
Wow.
already? The stranger.
You're
Never
on a
seen this
path
before.
in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, guess what, narrator? Oh, I can't go back now.
There's new options here. Look at them.
New options?
Read.
Oh, those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Hooray!
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
My favorite voice. I love you,
might have walled off
contrarian.
everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways.
Yes! Let's do it.
If by ruling
Contrarian,
my day,
aka
any
the
rule
gamer.
everyone
Yep.
forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty.
Emotional
of
weight to the
ways
story?
do that
Nah, I do what I want.
But
Screw
well,
you.
It did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet.
It's the DM's
You are
worst
never going to slay
nightmare.
her with that
A player
attitude.
who just
Stuff those
decides to go
pathetic little
against
voices to the back
everything.
of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely gonna slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Just like me.
Just
Let's
like me, for
keep
real.
an open mind.
Kuros, the voice of determination over here, it's like, why?
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
my hell.
It's wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
Every single different
It's
cabin
all
smushed together.
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Fun fact.
The blade is your implement. If he wants us
Shut
to
up.
take it, maybe.
What's up?
No, I was saying, fun fact about the song of The Nightmare of Your Ears you were listening to that I actually only realized today while looking at the soundtrack. This is every single Chapter 2 song playing at once.
Oh, no wonder it sounds horrible.
No, just take in the knife.
God damn it.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
I'll read the Contrarian then. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
I've already told you.
hell
what
was
you're
that
dealing with.
accent?
You're dealing with a princess.
My horrible
How many
attempt
times
at a
do I
British
have to
accent.
Explain this incredibly simple and
Barely
straightforward
British.
premise.
Inconsistently British. Truly a
You can't
contrarian
just
voice.
Say that.
Thank you.
But when
I did it
everything
right.
is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
If you say so.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
I love that if I
Now,
move
even
around
if we
the
close our
camera,
eyes, you're constantly describing it to
like
us.
you see the textures, not
Yep.
I'm not going
sit
to
with the
stop
walls.
doing my
That's a
job.
cool detail.
So you're just going to have to get better at yours, and quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
But we're making it hard.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Alright, mirror talk.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
I've always interpreted it that the narrator isn't lying about the mirror, he literally can't see it.
I always saw it that way too. I don't.
The reason you see the mirror is because in a tiny infinitesimal way you subconsciously know what you really are already.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that's why you can never truly see yourself because you haven't woken up.
Eh, doesn't matter.
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you.
It's gone now.
Guys, there is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
I think another thing that this is my personal theory, but my personal theory is that the princess is herself, the cabin, and the woods, while you are everything outside of the woods that are trapped within the construct. Mainly because the cabin and the outside world shift with her. And so that's why the narrator says, like, you know, if her influence has spread all the way out here, things are going bad because she's like getting more powerful and more in tune with herself. Personal theory, but
There's 11 voices, by the way.
oh crap, there are, aren't there?
11.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I got every single one as far as a dedicated scene. I don't think so.
Well, since you got Razor and Moment of Clarity, yeah, you did, because they all show up in those.
Yeah, but I mean their own dedicated chapters where you find them. That's what I meant.
Yeah, basically for every chapter 2 vessel, there's a dedicated voice, and then
Yep.
the chapter 3 you can get a variety of voices for each vessel.
All right, in that case, we're gonna go we're gonna go full. I don't care about this. We don't even take the blades. Like whatever, going in.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Oh my God,
revealing
we're
a
in
web of
MC Escher
arching
payday.
staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Just like this music I'm listening
If
to.
the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
Yep.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Priority number 1, baby.
Did I was writing a message. Did you throw the knife out the window?
No, he
No.
did not.
Damn it!
I don't know. You could do that. Take the center staircase.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You
And
lose
another.
yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Oh dear.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
We don't even get to meet the
Time
princess.
disappears,
We're just
and you can feel
fucked.
yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish,
I love this.
until the only things experienced
Less and less
are
detail.
the endless repeating
Man.
patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
This is even
I feel
creepier now.
so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
We almost snapped, is what we did.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Oh, go to history for a second. So, if you scroll back up to the narrator monologue... so consumption and betrayal, that part. Fun fact, each one of those adjectives describes one of the chapter 2 vessels.
Ooh.
So
Why?
consumption is the beast, betrayal's the witch, skepticism is one you haven't seen yet, blind devotion is the damsel, rivalry is the adversary, submission's one you haven't seen yet, terror is the nightmare, longing is one you haven't seen yet, pain is the razor, and unfamiliarity is the stranger.
Here we are. Well, what's your name? Do you even care to tell me?
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Oh, snap.
As the princess speaks again,
This is not
it's
good.
almost as if she fractures.
You wanted to be a
Where there was
contrarian.
once just one of her. There is now another.
I can't decide.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Nothing. I just...
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Yay!
But yeah, no, I also love that since she's a creature of perception, like her changing into the vessels is all based on your view of her. And even like if you take the knife or not. So, oh, I could eat this game forever.
Getting down here was weird. Like, I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Wow. All the options being chosen at once. That's crazy. There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
she fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
That's not the spirit.
Can't even
You
follow
must
what's going
explore.
on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
For all I know, you were locked up. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
And no choice now.
Wait, that's not right.
All of them. Can't decide.
Come on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we?
Oh, wow.
Parts of us that are dead and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere.
She's so confused. She's like doesn't hate us or approve of this.
Consequences.
It's like help.
It's a little
Didn't
late
think
for
your
regret,
actions have
isn't it?
consequences. Well, well, well.
Please.
I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Bye. No chapter 3. It's just over. Delusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. Well, She's gone. Replace something else. This mirror.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator's gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? What are we supposed to do now?
I think.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Me with my little fun facts about everything. So the song title of the song that played when you first entered the cabin is "To Be Everything," and then when you start engaging with her, it's the secondary theme for every Chapter 2 vessel playing at once, and that one is called "Is to Be Nothing." So the two songs together are "To Be Everything," "Is to Be Nothing," "The Stranger."
That is profound, I guess.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
We want to live.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Sounds you reach for, they're gone, but the mirror remains. Time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. The cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I think a lot of this is similar dialogue, right? I think I've asked all these questions before.
All of these are going to be the same because you went through all the dialogue except for like some of them. All of these are going to be the same except for
Describe this vessel if I can.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us and that we are meant to reach them.
you missed the
There is
dialogue.
no exit,
Yep.
but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
If you want to get the one
Bring
unique
me
dialogue,
more
I would suggest
perspectives,
reloading.
so that I may.
From...
You could go to autosaves. The A at the bottom.
This one? No, this one.
Either one.
It's not letting me do it?
Because you have to click load on the side. You can't save over the autosaves.
Got it. There we go.
You have to ask her about
So-
vessels.
Thank you.
Yes. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Uh-huh.
I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a
It's like even the
rich
writer
and
knows this vessel
pleasant
sucks and you know it.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
You're indecisive, but we're going to give you another shot. So we ended the pain early.
So, since they already pointed it out, I'm gonna say, when you get to the ending of the game, whatever you do, do not leave with her as a god. Getting the stranger as your first vessel leads to a bunch of endings that are unique if you meet her at the cabin again.
Gotcha.
So,
Nothing, as there is no exit. Bring me more
Yep, okay. I don't think there's no new dialogue here, so make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Every single voice imaginable.
Bring the stranger to her. I think we'll have enough time for another path.
yep.
You're on a path.
And yep, we can't retread because we already did the stranger. So now we're just going to sweet. I've always wanted Alpha Martic. Viva la Revolucion.
That's the spirit.
Confirmed
Alright,
Spanish.
You make your way
What are
up
we doing
the short
now?
path to a warning. She will. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Yep, same thing.
So, You're allowed to do whatever you
The
want.
interior of the
Zeus.
cabin is almost entirely
Not
blade is your
anything.
Well, you're allowed to do anything other than think that she has a knife.
Well, last time I took the blade originally, so I'm just gonna go no weapon this time.
I think you've done like more no weapon
door to the
vessels
basement
than weapon
creaks open,
vessels.
revealing a
I'll get back to
staircase
weapon
that
vessels.
be illuminated by
There's
a
less
voice.
no weapon vessels to find.
Is hypnot. Don't let it fool. Good. You're still listening
Yeah,
to
just
reason.
going downstairs.
It would be better if you had a weapon. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to
Yeah,
stay.
same thing.
Hi.
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Okay, so I've already done betrayal with the witch here. But will that happen again if I just immediately go and kill her now? I think it's the same thing.
We'll have to see. You never got to the chapter 3 past the witch, so...
I mean, basically, again, you can do whatever you want right now.
Okay.
Because there's always something new to do from every vessel other than the Razor at the moment.
Yeah, because even if I go full nicety to her and go back to that the damsel, basically, I can get... There's probably another way out of there. I hope.
Yep. There's more stuff you could do.
That's... Yeah. Well, beyond chapter 3, because... Whatever.
You didn't get to chapter 3. You just got to chapter 2, the damsel.
Does the
Only
stranger have a
making this
chapter
more
3?
difficult.
No.
No.
The stranger is one of the unique ones that doesn't.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to they're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the
Yep,
key?
same thing.
Maybe it's some doubtful. Whoever locked the princess...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with, if we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd attempt to make someone else... You make easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know...
Nom
She
nom
bears
nom
she
nom nom
rips
nom
her
nom
flesh
nom.
from... It's the blade from upstairs.
Zeus
Or
much
you
more
could use it to
calm
free
about
her.
it than when you first saw that happen.
Yep.
Nom nom nom.
We will save the princess because Slay goes right to witch now, so we're going to save. Even though both are valid options because there's different...
There's more to do for both.
Yep. So we'll go save.
Fine. Against you cut. The blade is sharp. Her lip. She didn't know. How is she still...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. We won't as the... Wait. Watch me.
Now we got to warn her. Warn her.
Stop that.
So do you get the witch
Lunges forward.
even
The
if you
blade
try to
holds.
slay
Stop
her
it.
right away? Or you only get the witch if you choose to
blade.
slay her during this
It's your
part?
bo-
We...
You can
She
get the
plunges
witch if
it-
you choose this.
Whatever. She does
It's a
apparently
little complicated.
Yeah.
with one.
It's... I honestly can't tell you exactly. There's a lot of...
Oh, I can turn around and leave now.
You can't, but click it for
Are you
fun.
running away? What are you doing? We have to save.
All right, so it gives me that option, but I'm not going to...
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
It's letting me.
Does it? I thought...
I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Yeah, it's letting me do it.
Yeah, but if you want vessels, stop it.
Oh.
I mean, does that take away one of your vessels if you only do it during, like, one round?
There's an option to deny all the vessels, yes.
No,
Oh.
I know that ending. I'm saying, like, Because you can do it just for one round and then go back to completing vessels. Do you have to get 5 vessels again? Or
I
does
don't
it
know.
make it
If
4
Zeus's
vessels?
goal is to get vessels, he should stop trying to leave.
Got it.
That's
Yeah.
great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Oh, it's going to resolve splendidly, all right.
But there is an ending for leaving specifically during chapter 2. If you do that
The
every
interior
time.
of the cabin
Gotcha.
is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine. The blade is your...
Mirror
That's
time.
because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
It's pretty much all the same, yeah. Just maybe some little dialogue here and there.
I care about whether we're being lied to. I'm not lying.
This time, I didn't take the blade. We're gonna take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table.
Yoink!
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
The delusion is so strong.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on
What do you mean
edge.
delusion?
There's no use arguing over motivations right now.
The
It's good
smitten
that you
only
took
speaks the
blade.
truth.
You'll need it to do your job.
He doesn't know my murderous intent. If it'll allow me. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can
Bless you.
hear my spirit.
Thank you.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Did we hear all this before?
We did, because this one I made the comment of, yep, we're men. That's about all it takes.
You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed.
There we go. We'll just skip all that. I think these are all the same exploration options, so at this point, I can just jump right to slay the princess.
Villain.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
We are so cruel right now.
Wait, no, you barbarian, what do you think you're doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you.
Shink.
Your blade pierces her
What?
heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, come on!
You're a monster, Zeus.
You're a monster. Look at what you've done.
I'm sorry, not you.
Go away, Smitten.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Just like that, she's dead.
Lady
Oh,
killer,
you
slight
see.
innocent.
Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
Yeah, yes, you did your job. Good
I
job.
feel sick.
So do I.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable. You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Hooray!
Yes,
Yippee!
over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all. You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart.
Well, game over
Excuse
now.
me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
I'm the one who makes decisions here, and I say no.
Exactly. You're not doing this. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
I love how he sounds like a
Don't
knight.
believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and
Never mind.
collapse to the floor.
Deserved.
Can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen.
No, I didn't.
Sorry.
No,
That's
the
right.
Smitten did.
You're all sorry.
Smitten be vengeful.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh boy. Where does this lead?
The Gray. Oh.
The Greys are...
You're on a path
They're fine.
in the woods.
We're in a
you
desert.
horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath. She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her. You killed her. And so I killed you. And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here. Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse. I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
Make it 3.
It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent. And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again? Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement. Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying.
Me neither.
Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant. I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens. Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try. Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try.
Shut up, narrator.
Actually do it. I'm looking forward to it. Good. I am too.
The Smitten and the Cold. Rivalry established.
Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually,
Oh
and the
my
world will
goodness.
still end. The only way this
I think I already
resolves
asked this.
is if you find her.
Yeah.
Again, he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander.
This is new, though.
She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault.
She's never hurt anyone except for us.
It's fun having multiple voices in your head.
Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Boring. Again, I can turn around and leave at this point. It's crazy. But if I do that, I believe that's going to ruin this playthrough, right? Getting the vessel? Yeah. I'm the one in charge here if we slay her again, so basically admonishing the Smith.
It's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are. I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end.
Oof.
Spoken like a true cynic. Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the
They're
point.
all fight. The girls are fighting.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? Oh, we'll muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived. Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful.
It is.
Having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control?
Why bother
You're saying that,
feeling?
like, stress is just something you can turn off.
I wish.
It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Just don't care about anything in life.
What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know.
I forgot how much they just go
exist.
back and forth during this.
That's fine with me.
I just exist.
Horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await. The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended
No door,
stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel
Yeah,
something
what the
watching
fuck?
you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
That is a
Maybe
good question.
It's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to
Smitten
worm
is
its
such
way into
a-
each and every one of you.
Spiteful.
Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
It's not true love
It doesn't
otherwise.
matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Approach the mirror. But there's no door.
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things right. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. It's time for all of you to see what we've become. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
Just like always.
The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
Then let's proceed. Voices.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the
design rarely reminds me of Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Trapped for eons until you're
I can see it.
Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more.
It's like I stabbed her heart and she's still...
reality.
I don't know. We have to talk
A
to her.
wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again.
You left me at the altar. How dare.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I think we have a lot to talk about.
You receive no response.
Oof.
Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
We saved the world.
As you descend the final step,
Oh.
the form of the princess comes into view.
Oh, God.
A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor.
Won't you get the pleasure
Wrists
talking with
still
her?
bound to the wall.
You
by a
killed
heavy
her.
chain. This cell is a dark and isolated.
She was
place.
supposed to be
Not so
unkillable.
much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate.
She's whatever
the
you think
window.
she is.
See, she's dead.
And we think
No.
she's dead, but
What
also
foul
not
trickery
dead.
is this? How can this
So,
be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
She said, you want to
Whatever
be
we
dead?
saw was a
Okay.
Ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Uh-oh.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
So the world should be saved.
Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
I have my doubts.
You came back.
Never mind.
I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved. You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
Are you gonna burn this place now?
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
It's arson!
The skeletal wood of the basement.
Yep,
perfectly
we're gonna burn to
dry
death.
After uncountable years of desiccation.
One of the two most painful ways to die.
Great.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Oh, rush. Let me out. Are you trying to kill me?
Dying apart kept us apart. Dying together will keep us together.
No thanks.
Everything's fine. She wants to be with
Get
us.
me out of here.
Embrace,
Yeah, in a bad
love
way.
Zeus.
She just
This
has
is
a
not the way things are meant to be.
unique way of expressing things. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel. Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
Fiery passion? We're burning
I'm not
alive.
Spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Yep, no more talking. We're gonna run. Or, I don't know. No. We're rushing that blade.
As you rush up the stairs towards the princess, the
Oh.
entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno.
Hehehe.
You push through the flames, trying to ignore the choking hot air filling your lungs. You manage to reach her, your hand wrapping around the hilt of the blade. But the metal is already blistering hot. Your hand sizzles as it melts on contact. You can't so much as pull away, your nerves seizing up as they're fried. The bones of your hand
She seems
fusing
happy.
in place around the weapon. The princess, smiling warmly as her skin bubbles away, places her hand on yours and clutches it to her chest. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames...
Oh my gosh. The horror. Oh, turn that off.
See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad.
But somehow, nothing is so much worse.
Don't you
You'll
love
get
burning
used
to death?
No.
There are still the feelings of the heart. Those
Cringing the more I look at this.
they always do in the end.
The feeling. Ugh.
Haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic, really.
Burn at the hands of the fated
Not
spirit.
our happy ending after.
Yeah, I feel like there was nothing I could prevent this. This is how it ends in this chapter.
Yeah, no, you always die with
You're
the
just
bird
desserts
gray.
for stabbing her so mercilessly.
Look at what you've done.
Well, at least she died happy. But despite best efforts, you do not die. It's time for you to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
And approach. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Yep, they're always gone, blah, blah, blah. Deteriorating more and more. You've grown.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
There she is.
Eesh. Hold on. I think I already asked all this before.
You need the vessel thing.
Yeah.
Just gotta look for where that is.
Where's the question specific to the vessel?
This one.
This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart.
I stabbed her and she kills me in a worse way.
Mourn her,
Hooray.
for she has finally found her light.
Okay. I don't think I've ever said I'm going to kill you at this point. I don't think that really affects anything. But I don't know. I'm curious what she would say.
There is still much to be seen.
Oh, just wait and see.
Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Foreshadowing the ending.
Yep.
Okay. Let's be aggressive here. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
And there we go. And I can't hurt myself. Destroy your body. You feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Alright, well. We're gonna go back and end for the evening here.
Alright.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that's a good place to end for the night.
Yep.
We did a lot. We got one full ending done here. Wait, where
We
do
need
we
to
go?
get out of the autosaves.
You have to press on 2. That'll be where your last ones were.
Yay. Oh boy, Survivor
You're
2.
here to
No!
You're
Hey,
trapped forever.
That's the ending you chose. The never-ending stream.
All the way down here. The gray. Feelings buried in knives. Like knives and hearts. And there was still stuff I haven't missed that I'd missed here.
That one is because,
Yep. So the thing is, even though there's just one chapter called The Gray, there's actually 2 versions.
yeah, there's the gray burned, which is, or the burned gray, which is what you got. There's also the drowned gray,
Ah.
which is accessed through a whole nother vessel.
Yep.
So obviously I
That's
want
why they're
to...
called like the
Oh.
grays. But you see the like one there, like when you hover over it, how it changes. The dark one is the drowned gray.
The dark one?
On the main menu.
On the main
Gallery
menu,
menu.
Oh. I guess we can discuss how we get here, but obviously you want me in future playthroughs to not go back to the gray. So if I'm going to do some things like, don't do it, Zeus! Yeah, we can avoid going back to the gray because gotta get other vessels. So now
Collecting.
it's going to be a lot of grab the knife, see where it leads me at this point.
Yeah, I think actually you only have one. No, wait, are these all knife vessels?
I have to double check, but they might be.
I think they're all knife vessels. Because that's the tower, the specter, and the prisoner, right?
Yeah, and he has to get back to Adversary as well to fully do that
Actually
path.
play it, yeah.
Oh, the demo. Oh, very beginning of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but that's also a knife vessel. So you've gotten all of the, no knife vessels.
Yep.
Cool, so just remind me, always pick up the knife.
Well, at least chapter 2, no knife vessels.
Yeah.
Alright, well, now I know. Put in the notes. Zeus, pick up the knife. Chapter 1. Do it. You must at least consider violence. Because obviously if I just go straight stabby stab stab, that's going to put me at risk of the razor again. But even from the razor, I can branch off somewhere.
Quite. The razor, the only reason you got the razor is because you questioned if she was armed.
Oh.
Because she's whatever you think she is. If you ask if she's armed, she is.
Oh.
So if you directly attack her, that leads to something different.
Yep, Slayer without a moment's hesitation. I'm going to go for that one. Die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner. That seems a little cryptic. Free an abrasive prisoner. So abrasive, I have the knife.
Abrasive is you take the knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pathetically, it makes me wonder. You need more space. A narrow cave is no place to fight, and it's no place to stay forever. Oh, I think it reminds me of the nightmare. I think.
So, to make sure I have this right, everything on the bottom layer is a Chapter 3 vessel, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's only 3 Chapter 2 vessels you haven't seen yet.
And I gotta see where it branches off. So okay, so this one's obvious. Same with this one. This is the one that has me puzzled. So I may need a little bit of nudging once I get these two.
That one's basically on the same path that takes you to the Adversary, but making a different choice.
Actually, apparently, looking at my little flow chart, it is much easier to get the tower.
Oh, okay. So somehow in my demo, I just got something.
No, the Adversary was actually also my first ever vessel. Because I squinted at her.
Because you squinted at her.
I went down, I was like, I don't want to drop the knife, so I'm just gonna squint at her. Until it didn't let me do that anymore.
I don't know if you'll want to do it like on or off stream, Zeus, but I'm going to put a video in the Discord, a very short one.
Okay.
Just for people to enjoy.
Let me read the rest real quick. Angels and demons are cut from the same cloth, and it's best not to deny a proud being. One might resist the divine, but it is very hard to kill a god. There is no shame in failing. Interesting. Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece of you leaves with it. Kill your worst dream, or be killed by the ghost of your past. The ghost of my past. There are other ways to die to nature than to let it swallow you whole. Sometimes the only way to break up a vicious cycle is put your heart on the line. When you've seen the worst sights the prison of the world can offer, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. You don't need the world for your happy ending. Pretty dark there. So, the stranger's the only one that has no path to a Chapter 3 vessel.
Correct.
Well, the Razor doesn't either.
Okay.
Well, the Razor technically has a
is
Chapter 3 and a Chapter 4.
The Razor's, that's why in my little thing that I made, I was like, they're unique, kind of. They just are.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, who broke it?
Because the Razor, I did get a chapter 3. I didn't get a
You
chapter
got
4.
chapter
Four.
3 and a
Yeah, you
chapter
did.
4 technically, but it's not a new vessel, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all one vessel.
Because then this happened, and I freaked out. Because what the fuck kind of body is this?
It's
Razor.
the ideal body. Everyone wants that. That's what you want in a woman.
The stubborn was attracted to her in that form.
All right, cool. So we are going to keep doing this. Probably, I'm guessing, another couple weeks. 2 more streams.
Yeah.
I might see mainly, at least all the vessels. We can talk about the other endings I didn't reach. But that's a lot of playthroughs to get, what, you said 6 unique endings?
I mean, to be fair, 4 of them you
saw
could
the flowchart.
Yeah.
4 of them you could get from making a save. Like if you made a save right before the end, didn't you?
Yes. This one right here.
Yeah, there's 4 endings you could get just by reloading that save and making different options. So at some point we could speed run through the ones there that you hadn't got.
But some of them are dependent on other vessel choices, yeah?
One of them you've got the Stranger as your first vessel, so you've already set that up.
All right, so basically get to the climax, save there, don't delete that save. Move on.
Yeah, do another save there. And then the good ending isn't that hard to get, I would say.
The good ending. Okay, well, once I complete...
We'll figure that all out. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd say 2 more weeks of this should be good enough to see most of what the game has to offer. I know there's way more you can dive into. You should know overgrowth with all the time you put in this game, but yeah, this is... And I guess
we'll put an immense amount of time in this. I don't think even she's seen everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not. I have not fully filled out the gallery. To be fair, I would have. But the gallery didn't save with stuff that I played before the pristine cut. Rip. But even then, there's still like individual dialogue things, because the gallery doesn't cover every single piece of dialogue you can experience in the game.
But the achievements do? Maybe.
No.
In a way.
Well, I mean, depending on it, I guess. The achievements kind of cover some, like, of the basic things and also fun unlocks.
Mm-hmm.
The gallery covers a lot of the other stuff as well. So if you do get 100% achievements, one of those is finish the gallery. So then you'll have seen mostly everything. But there's still things like, there'll be individual dialogues, like, you maybe, like, look at the mirror with a different set of voices than I have. Because that's... Chapter 3 vessels...
hard to set up.
Yeah, no, like, in Chapter 3 vessels, I think most of them you can have at least 3 different... Because you'll have your Chapter 2 voice, and most of them have a variant on how you get there to get the Chapter 3 voice.
I need to look at that flowchart later once I get to do I consider a decent completion state? Mm-hmm. So I can see, okay, what ways are there to get each of the vessels? Because we already talked about 2 versions of the Gray. What other vessels have that same treatment to it?
It's mostly like, one second, let me think about a vessel that you had. What's a Chapter 3 vessel you did? That's not the Moment of Clarity.
He's only done 3 Chapter 3 vessels.
The Wild.
The Wild. The Wild, you can either get the voice of the Broken or the voice of the Stubborn, I think is the other one.
Yeah.
And
depending on how you got to the Wild. I know one of the new ones actually has 3 different possible voices. And then there's one that has only 1 voice, but it has a different interesting thing that I will not talk about because it would spoil the entire nature of that vessel.
The Witch, the Tower. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Zero ID. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to end here. I'm going to raid Alpha Aniki, a.k.a. the voice of Legacy. He's a streamer. I met him IRL at Megaplex, so that was awesome. So go support that man. He is a wonderful streamer. Does a lot of collabs. I'll probably say hi to him before I go to bed. Thank you all for coming. Catch you Friday for more wonderful Elden Ring, and then we'll start
Elden Ring.
Then we'll start doubleheader soon enough as well. So you'll be getting a double dose of Elden Ring soon enough, everybody. Take care. Good night. Bye bye now.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.